Welcome home.
Welcome home.
I know a lot of you have a lot of questions, and this is going to help you with those. So thanks to everybody who submitted questions. We really think that it's you who helps us.
Okay. Should I go? Amanda from Superior, Colorado writes, "What kind of wildlife have y'all seen around your new house? Also, Quincy would like to know the elevation and what time zone you're in." Well, Amanda, we've seen a lot of wildlife around here, haven't we?
I've seen at least 4 different species of birds.
Yeah, I think there was a robin.
There's a robin. I saw a hummingbird.
Yeah, and you don't even really have to have a hummingbird feeder to get the hummingbirds. We mostly seen birds. There's a zoo in Denver. We're about 30 miles from it. Our elevation is
It's about 85.
8,500 feet.
50 feet.
8,550 feet.
So if you had, we're high. There are some people who live at 8,500 feet, but if you put 10 5-foot tall men on top of each other, we're that much higher than where those people live.
Yeah, and that's like 8,000 feet higher than Boulder.
Boulder isn't. It's not really. People in Boulder like to say that they live really high up, and we don't.
I don't know about Superior, but I think Superior's like 30 feet. The elevation. What time zone are we in? Well,
that's a really good question.
That's a really good question.
We're glad that you brought that up because most people don't know that we live in the same time zone as the stone men on the mountain.
Yeah, it's really not any different. Time, I think people actually forget how time works sometimes, and the time now is measured in the same way that it was measured by the Mayans. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I went to the Wikipedia answers.
Okay,
and it said
all right.
what you said.
Good. Well, that's the answer to that question. Let's move on to the next one.
Thanks, Amanda. We hope that that's better for you. Wim Standix from Golden, Colorado asks, "Addy and Andy, is it true that all of your friends are dogs?" No. I don't want to. I'm not gonna speak for Addy, but that's not true for me.
No.
I have some friends who are squirrels. I have
Merle the squirrel. Actually, outside.
Merle's a good friend of mine. He's got a lovely family. As far as I know, he treats his wife and his kids really well.
Yeah.
He can't be there all the time, but from what I've seen,
who can be there all the time? I don't know who. Superman, I guess.
Yeah. But no, I don't know if someone told you that, Wim Standix from Golden, Colorado, but no, it's not true that all of our friends, some of our friends are dogs.
And actually, a lot of our friends are horses. So
a good number of our
friends are horses. In fact, if you go up to the Sundance Lodge, just up the road, there are good horse rides. And a lot of our friends live up there.
There are good ones, and then there are better ones. It's really up to you which one
you prefer, whether you prefer good or better.
So thanks, Wim, for writing in.
Thanks, Wim.
Writing in about that.
Let's move on to Shane G from Denver, Colorado. As Shane writes, "Andy, did you steal Addy's beard? If so, could you please describe that process?" Would you like to?
Yeah, I guess that's a question for me. So, no. Well, I think that everybody out there knows that I'm a huge Nicolas Cage fan.
Yeah.
They
know now.
Well, yeah, I can't. I don't. I mean, it's not something I'm trying to hide.
Right.
I just can't get enough of this movie. So I really.
You saw 8mm, right?
I own 8
8
millimeter.
millimeter.
Yeah, I
That's
actually
good.
own 8 millimeter on 8 millimeter. So
Wow, you really do.
yeah, I'm really committed to Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
His whole
Repertoire.
his whole oeuvre.
Yeah.
So I was inspired by the Nicolas Cage movie Face Off, starring
Yes.
him and Saturday Night Fever, and
Yeah.
this isn't just Addy's beard; it's his whole face. I took his face off.
Right.
And I mean, you may remember. Can we get a picture of what we used to look like up there, Jim?
I think it's up.
Yeah, so you can see if you look at the picture that's right in front of you right now so this used to be his and I.
And obviously his face is pretty bald.
So it's not just the beard. It involved a lot of science.
Yeah.
So kids, if you wanna go on and do really good things like us, you just pay attention in your science classes.
It's really not hard. And in fact, the more you do science, the easier it gets to do these sort of things. I mean, it really takes a lot of practice. I remember when I was in science class, I had a lot of trouble identifying leaves, and then what I did is I went outside and I picked a bunch of leaves and I put them in a book.
I had the book. Name. So
Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, Shane. We really couldn't do without you.
Yeah.
A name F from Longmont, Colorado writes, my mom is always on my case about my statistics. Can you tell us some of your statistics? Yes, we can. We'll tell you a little bit about our statistics.
What are our statics?
Our
statistics.
You'll get it.
Okay.
You can't see at home, but we actually have a screen that we can see. So we're gonna bring up the statistics on the screen.
It's cool, really cool technology.
Just bring the and then over on the left. No, on the left. That one right there. Yeah, click on that. There we go. All right. So here are some of our statistics. Germany had one.
Germany won. United States 122.
122 for the United States. So come on, Germany. We don't expect. I mean, but come on.
And look, ever since the Korean War, this has been an issue for Germany.
So we're not taking sides.
No.
But come on, Germany. 67 people, 54% using Google Chrome.
Yep. There are 31 people, which is 25% of the population. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Using Firefox.
Internet Explorer, despite previous admonitions, is up to 7% with 9.
Who's using Internet Explorer?
Could you let us know? Just a comment on this post would help if you are the one.
It may not be illegal to use Internet Explorer, but it's not right.
No,
should
it's not like law and morality always.
They don't always match up. So there are 7 people from Mobile, Alabama, or is that?
That's it. No, that's right.
That's right.
5,
they have their own browser.
5 people are on Safari.
3 people used mobile Safari, which is a pretty new kind of technology. I think that means it's you can unplug your computer and put it in it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. And I think that you can move around with it too. So you don't just have to put it in like another house. You can go.
But you gotta plug the Ethernet into the.
I have a. You can buy them now at Circuit City. They have a really long cable.
Stuff blows my mind.
I know.
Okay.
Technology is really cool. And then something called Apple Pub Sub, which just sounds delicious, is less than 1%. One of our people, one of the population is doing that. So.
Yeah. So I mean, now quickly to just run through the operating systems. A lot of people are using Windows out there, 54%.
We got 34% using Macintosh. That's Steve Jobs is really gonna. He's been having a tough time lately, so this is good news for Steve.
I know. I mean, he got he's been dealing with AIDS, and he's got that
I mean, he doesn't have AIDS, but he's been dealing
with
with
AIDS
the fact that it exists.
that exists, and for some reason they only pay him $1 a year.
Yeah,
That's what I
$1 a
hear.
year. He.
How could you live on that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
So we've got some iPhone users out there with 4%.
Linux, we got 3%.
We've got a 2% count on Android.
And the iPod, and we're not totally sure how people are accessing, because we put a no iPods
we did.
a block on the website.
Right.
We'll get into it later, but
Please don't use iPods.
yeah, it crashes. It just crashes.
Let's not do. Yeah, let's please not use iPod.
So name F. Thank you for
Thanks,
your
name F.
For your questions.
I appreciate it. I hope good luck with your statics.
And I hope that your mom is
She dies.
not too.
So the next last question comes from Cruel Mistress from Boulder, Colorado. Cruel Mistress writes, "Can a bald man pull off the headband look as well as a hairy man?" I'm just gonna say I'll give my opinion real quick. I don't think so. I think that the headband is for hair because you sweat from the hair. You don't sweat from the skin.
Mm-hmm. I know I don't know a lot about headbands. I own one headband, but I read a story one time about a woman who she wore a neckband, and then when she was dying, she had her sweetheart take her neckband off, and her head fell off. And
yeah,
I don't know if that's similar to what you're going through right now, Cruel Mistress. But if it is, then I'd say no.
Don't try.
Don't even try it. We don't.
We really at Addy and Andy's Adventures, we really don't condone the use of headbands. We may do certain things that are good for us and that we are capable of doing, but you may not be capable of doing with the things that we're doing.
But like so many famous people before us, we've got to let you know that it's all right to do what we say, but sometimes it's not all right to do what we do.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, again, it's not against the law, but, I get really, really tired of people going out and killing themselves because they think that they can be like us.
Or because they saw Nick Cage do it in National Treasure.
National Treasure or Con Air.
Or Operation Dumbo Drop.
Or Honeymoon in Vegas.
Right. So these are all, I think we're all in agreement that you should just, if you want to go to the movies.
Go to the movies.
It's fine.
It's fine. Don't go to the movies. Just when you come home, don't try to elope. Don't be like Nick Cage. Don't be like that guy. That guy, did you know that guy lost all his money?
He went to Vegas and he tried to drink himself to death.
And it's a movie called Leaving Las Vegas. It really is.
He wasn't leaving it though. He was just like, so much of that movie happened next to a pool.
You know what? He didn't leave until he died.
No, he didn't.
So I don't know what you want to. I mean, so take, think what you will.
Thanks, Cruel Mistress. That I hope that we were able to help you out with that.
I hope these answers helped. We sure enjoy doing this. We really like the blog. We like giving you updates and stuff. Just today alone, I think you guys probably learned at least a couple of things. Don't use iPods. Don't use Internet Explorer. There are 4 kinds of meat.
What else did we teach you? We taught you how to start a foot race.
How to start a foot race.
How to make a fire in your wood stove.
Yeah, and so if you have kids, please turn them on to this blog, and we'll do the best we can for them.
God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Yeah.